And welcome to Photoshop party number 6223. Today we are going to be talking about the Wacom tablet. But before we do, I got some important announcements, or one important announcement. Let me go to share screen, desktop, make that smaller, make sure Photoshop is accepted. And West Coast School, June 8th through the 13th, 2025. You want to go and take the Photoshop 0 to 60 in a week class. That is well worth it. If you talk nice to Mel or the executive director of PPC, the director of West Coast School, the director of all music worldwide, he will take care of you when you sign up for my class. Only for my class, though. You got to sign up for my class. June 8th through the 13th, 2025, West Coast School. Be there. Okay, let me stop sharing real quick. A couple of things that I want to talk about with the Wacom tablets is number one, the Wacom tablet is not a mouse. It handles a whole lot differently where you zap your mouse up and down to get from one side to the other. It's totally opposite of the Wacom tablet. The Wacom tablet, where you tap on the screen is where you're going to land. So what you see is what you get with the Wacom. Um, when you are learning the Wacom tablet, don't use the Wacom tablet if you have a major project that is due right away. Um, you're going to get frustrated because Wacom is a little bit different than working with the mouse, and you got to just be patient and learn it. Because if you try to use it on a major project and you're not ready to run with it, you're going to have holes in your walls from throwing that thing through the wall. Not that I had that many holes, but other than holes in my head. So, rule number one, ensure that your Wacom driver is installed. A lot of people plug it in and expect it to run right away, which most of the time it does with the new software they have all over the place. But if you haven't got the driver installed, it's not going to operate properly. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to throw it through the wall. Okay, let's get busy. So let's share screen again, desktop, and at the bottom of my desktop, I have the Wacom tablet, Wacom Center, and I'm going to go to pin settings to start with because when I go to the pin settings, um, I can go to mapping, change the orientation from the express keys, which are the little, on the medium, there's little boxes that go down the side of your tablet, down the left-hand side. If I change it to the right-hand side, what that does is change my Wacom tablet from a right-handed tablet to a left-handed tablet. So you can turn it over backwards and work with your left hand, use the right hand for the express keys. And the express keys are the keys that are along the sides right here. Um, those are easy to work with and program as well. When you are setting up your Wacom tablet, make sure that you have the program selected that you want to work with. Like right now, I don't have beta on my machine right now because it kind of conflicted with Photoshop 2024, so I don't need that on there anymore. I hit the minus sign over here and it says delete. Goodbye. I don't care about 2024 because I'm doing 2025 now. Everything seems to be functioning. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that. Delete. Boom. But let's say I wanted to include 2024. All I have to do is go to this application panel, click the plus sign, and find Photoshop 2024, which is not even there anymore, and put it in. If 25 is not showing up and you want to program it for 25, all you have to do is hit the plus sign and go to where you want it. So I have my tablet pretty much set up right now. Um, if I click on what's called settings on the second one, and I click on the settings tab on my tablet, it brings up my settings on my screen. So I have the claw, which we'll talk about in a second, settings, new blank layer, create new smart object filter, create a group, create a clipping mask, control option shift or control option, and it'd be right click on the mouse, but it's medium middle click, which will allow you to resize your paintbrush. And then I have save as the bottom one. It makes it easy. I have disabled the round thing on the left hand side. I've also disabled my, well, it says touches on the right hand side, but I have all the touches disabled because when I have my hand resting on the Wacom tablet itself and the pen going, it starts to rotate, do all kinds of weird things. So I just turned off all the touch things. I have not programmed my uh, buttons on my pen, but I do have the eraser part of the pen set to erase. Imagine that. So how do you do that? How do you change things on there? Well, let's say I wanted to program the one that says keystroke, the first one. Go down, I hit keyboard keystroke, and then it says, what do you want to do? And this one is Shift Tab, which I don't remember why I put that in there, but I did. So I'm going to hit cancel. Okay, that one is new blank layer. So that's the keyboard shortcut for new blank layer. So if I'm in Photoshop, let's go to Photoshop real quick, and I want to add a new layer, I just hit that button, the third one from the top, and say new blank layer. What it does, it starts the uh, process for a new blank layer. Layer 2, we're going to call it retouch just for fun. If I change it here to overlay, I can add 50% gray. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to either burn or I'm going to lighten things using dodge and burning without using the dodge and burn tool. So that's how easy that one is to work. Now that I have two layers open, I can select both layers, and then I can hit create group, which is the fifth one down, fourth from the bottom. Click on that, and it made a group for me. I can do clipping mask. I can do um, control option shift, which will, if I'm in the brush tool, we'll go back to here, retouch. I'm in the brush tool right now. And if I hold that one down, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. Why does it not do that? Because I'm not using the pen? I don't know. Yeah, it's doing something other than what it's supposed to do. So basically, it's supposed to, wow, something's going wrong here. Even my mouse is not playing like it's supposed to. I don't care. I won't fight it. Cool. All right, back to here. Let's go to pen settings real quick. Go to the Pro pen I don't have, so I could take that out right now, but I have a grip pen. And if I want to program it, I just click on pen. And what you can do is you can customize how your pressure is while you're working. So you can adjust it how you like it. Click OK. and life is good. You can see as I'm pushing right now, it's going about halfway there, which is about good. I like my pressure right about the middle of the area there. If I want to double click, I can make it so I can double click really fast, or I can bring it up. Um, you can set all these things in there if you want them. I don't really use them that much. Pretty much all I do is use my um, pen for close-in retouching. Most of the time I just use my mouse. Probably a waste of, aha, that could be why. Nope, okay. And then your touch settings, um, standard gestures, which are using your fingers, you can see they're all turned off. I don't want my hand touching it and then all of a sudden things going wonky on me for no reason. And you can see with the application, with them all turned off, I don't have Photoshop showing right now as my specialty. Back to functions. So when do I use the Wacom tablet? Well, let's go to bridge and we'll go to desktop, February 25. And I will actually work on eyes this close to make sure that I have everything happening that I want to happen. And you can see here, if I'm retouching, well, her makeup smeared a little bit there. So I'll just go to I can either use the healing brush, J for healing brush, and tap it and be gone, or I can use the remove tool. I've pretty much been using the remove tool for just about everything now. That thing is totally amazing and does some remarkable stuff. Now it's going to take these little black mascara dots out and fix things how they need to be. Hit enter and everything's perfect, right? There you go. Using the healing brush, I can do the same thing here. I mean, it's just that simple. And if I'm looking at the eye, there's a little bit of pink there. But if you're zoomed out, how many people are going to notice that the eye has a little bit of pinkness there? It should have a little bit, but not a lot. So what do? I go to my brush tool, go to my settings, and I have preferences up here, and I call the eye brush, which is white, lighten mode 7%. And being I'm zoomed in here, it doesn't look like it's doing anything, but it is. I mean, that's why it's set so low. It just pops up. If you have it set to 100%, which I've seen people do this before, and it drives me crazy, you get these wonderful zombie eyes. And it's like, are you kidding me? What are you thinking? So how many people have a Wacom tablet and haven't played with it hardly at all because they're frustrated by it?
I have.
You have played with it or haven't played with it?
I haven't played with it, but I have one.
Yeah, exactly. Um, the more you use it, the more detailed work you do, the better it is compared to the mouse. I thought I was pretty dang good with the mouse till I started playing with the Wacom tablet. Once I figured out um, how to use the Wacom tablet, it is amazing. I mean, just for detail work, especially for just drawing lines and using the remove tool, you don't need the Wacom tablet, but for doing really detailed work, it works wonderful.
I have the mini one.
Okay. With the, I have the medium, which is fairly good size, but let's go into the programming mode again. And we're going to go to mapping settings. And with this, you can tell it, okay, I only want to use
Michael, you're
this.
not sharing your screen yet.
Well, that's because you aren't paying attention to it. Let me try that again. Okay,
That's better.
nothing to see here. Move along. Right, Mel?
Right.
Okay. I went into the Wacom tablet settings and well, let's do this. Never mind. Go back. And I'm in the mapping section. We do Photoshop mapping. I have it set for left side for the express keys, which because I'm right-handed, that's where it works. If I go to tablet area, I can portion this off and I can make, say, the top left area the only area on the screen that's going to work. So I don't have to move my hand that far. But for me, looking at my tablet while I'm doing this, where I'm going to land my pen at is where it's going to land. So if I'm trying to figure out, okay, the eye is in this area over here somewhere, I have to figure it out. For me, if you got a medium Wacom tablet, use the whole dang thing. If you want a smaller one, get the small Wacom tablet. Um, you can program it. It works great. And then you get everything happy. And we'll go back to the actual setup of the Wacom. And I'm going to go to settings. And I'm going to create a new backup, which probably nobody has all their keys backed up and everything on the Wacom. So what you do is you click on new backup and we're going to name it PP for Photoshop Party. Click save and it's now saved. So if I screw up my settings, I go in here and restore my backup and everything's hunky-dory. If I don't like what I just did, like the new one PP, click on the trash can and say goodbye to it. It's that easy to get rid of it. It doesn't take up a lot of memory on your hard drive, so definitely you want to back it up. That way, if something happens, your computer crashes, um, you have the settings there down the road. Now I'll unshare again. Any questions?
Okay, on the Wacom, that's because they are now wireless, is
Uh-huh.
there a way to change it so that it doesn't turn off if you don't use it for 5 minutes?
I
Because mine
don't
keeps shutting off on
know.
me when I don't use it for a few minutes, but in fact, just here watching you do some stuff, the damn thing turned off.
I don't know.
Because I checked on the device and the settings, and I don't see anywhere where I can change it.
It's probably so that it can save the battery life, I would think, but there should be a way to adjust it. I will definitely look it up and get back to you on that
Okay.
because I do not know. I would assume, let me
I mean, I
go
would
back.
assume there's got to be a way, but
I would
dang if
assume
I
that
can find
you
it.
would think it would be in the like general settings or device manager, but I don't see a sleep mode on it.
Yeah.
So let me do some research for you, Mal, and I will find out
Okie
for you.
dokie.
Any other questions? Easier ones this time, please.
Hey, Dennis.
Yes.
Yes. What size does Sherry use?
She has the larger one. She has it mapped out, a medium, and I have the small one. I have the small one. She has the medium, but she still has it mapped out so she doesn't move her hand. But she wears it also. You know, she's on it 8 hours a day, so she's probably on it more than us, and she uses it so fine tuned. She actually wears a brace on her wrist as well to help, and because she started finding a lot of pains in growing in it, so that's something you might have to do. And she got a pad to put underneath the brace and wears a brace on her wrist, so when she's moving it so much all day long.
A lot of people wear a glove while they're doing this, like the old white print gloves, so that when their hand goes across it, it doesn't cause things to shift on
Well, it's not
the
so much
screen.
shifting; it's
But it's
support,
also
Michael.
for support. I know hers is. Yeah. But some
And
people do wear just a glove. Go ahead.
I know some of you said you didn't use it, and I had one and I didn't use it very often. And then when Sherry came to my life, she saw me kind of fumbling with it, so she reached over and took my mouse and went and hit it. And when you don't have a mouse, you learn how to use your pen pretty quick.
Well, I've got two mouses, so two mice.
You got
Go
two
ahead, steal
mice?
it. Two mice. There you go, John. He's got a glove for what he wears for retouching, and it's all personal preference. It's just a matter of getting used to it. The first month, I wanted to treat it like a mouse. So with the mouse, you kind of slide it over and over, and it doesn't work that way. Where you drop the pin is where it's going to show up. So, and if you can't remember where you or what your settings were for the tabs going down the side of your medium, um, you can go into your settings and go there, and it'll tell you what it is.
Michael?
Yes.
Yeah, I've just looked up and this is what it says. In wireless mode, your device has several features to conserve the device battery charge and improve performance. The device enters power saving mode after 2 minutes without user input. The time parameter can be adjusted in Wacom tablet properties on the wireless tab. That's all it says.
Okay. So we'll go to, I don't know where the
What
tab,
properties is, but in the wire, it says in the if you have a
in the
wireless.
wireless. Okay, let me. I don't see where my wireless is on it because mine
Yeah,
has
I was trying to figure
wireless.
that out too. So, is it under trackpad? No. Okay, if I go to Wacom, go to options.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it on mine. I'm sure it's there. It's just got to be found.
Sorry, that's all I could have got here.
Yeah, I'm not a total expert in the Wacom tablet, but I definitely use it and have set mine up. So
Michael, is yours a wireless one?
mine will go wireless through
But it's
Bluetooth.
but it's plugged in right now.
Right.
That's probably why you can't find the power mode. It knows it's getting power from your computer right now. Does that
Mine
make
will.
sense?
Let me see. Yeah, it's not showing it on there. Even when I go to the power saving mode. Oh, hey. Well, I
Your
haven't
your
connected
Wacom
mine.
tablet is actually plugged in, right?
It's plugged in. I have never used it on Bluetooth.
Okay.
Um,
Which is probably why you can't see it. Because it's plugged in, it knows it's got a power supply.
but you should be able to do the settings on it, I would think.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing mine's not plugged in, and I'm not seeing that settings thing. So, interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can't go on. I could go on Google right now and look it up and find all the answers, but I'm kind of sort of busy right now. I don't want you guys sitting there waiting for me to come back after I do that. So, but I will get back to you guys and let you know. Just like the other day when I was trying to do something in Camera Raw. Well, you got to click a button to be able to do that first, and I had not clicked that button since I redid my computer. So you learned. It was user error,
Mhm.
as usual.
When I first got mine, I had a lot of trouble with just laying my hand on the pad, like you said.
Hmm.
And I finally discovered that there's a touch off button. It's a slider switch on the side of the pad.
Oh, is there?
But mine's only just an on and off switch. It's the only switch I have. Yeah.
I have a couple of the smaller versions, like Carl's talking about, that have a switch on it to turn the touchpad feature off.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I did after chasing it up for a few minutes. Like, okay, gotta get rid of that somehow. Where's the
Yeah.
freaking button?
And one thing with the Bluetooth that I've heard from other people is there's a slight lag in response on your Wacom when you're using Bluetooth versus being wired in. So,
I don't know. I don't notice that.
okay.
Yeah, I don't notice the lag.
I've just heard some people whine about it, but it's probably
Huh.
them, user error.
Or it could be, you know, the newer one versus an older one.
And could be the power of your computer, could be all kinds of things. So,
Yeah.
What
okay.
version of the Bluetooth you're running?
Yeah. Let me stop the recording real quick.